Hey everybody, welcome back to Mind Keys. So this is going to be another attempt at a short video here. I'm kind of trying to just bang out a couple quick to the point videos on this theme of just real practical, useful tips and hacks that you can use to manage yourself, self-coach, self-state manage when you need it. So for today's video, I wanted to address the topic of procrastination. So like I said in yesterday's video, which is actually the video I just shot because I'm kind of banging these out one after the other here. This week, I've been feeling a bit kind of scattered all over the place, unfocused, and I've been having a bit of issues with procrastination. And this happens for me from time to time. It's one of the issues I deal with personally. And I wanted to offer you one of the shifts that I found to be super helpful with procrastination, because believe it or not, even amongst all the super high level coaches I know, professional hypnotherapists that are kick ass at what they do, amazing, high functioning, super tuned in people, I still see, and they will still say and admit that procrastination is an issue. It's just a universal human challenge. It's something I've struggled with for years, and I've tried a lot of different approaches, a lot of which haven't worked that well for me, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. But this one tweak that I'm about to share with you, when it works really well. So what is it? Well, it's a shift. It's a shift in perspective. It's a shift in mindset. So let me explain this to you a bit. Generally speaking, when we're procrastinating because there's something that we don't want to do, that we generally don't feel like is part of our necessary reality, right? Like we don't feel like it's necessary. We might cognitively, consciously understand that it's necessary, but we don't feel emotionally driven to do this thing, which means, generally speaking, it's probably not something that is part of our value system yet, or something we identify with yet. So in other words, there's a thing we need to achieve, right? There's a thing we need to do. There's an action we need to take that is not a part of our value system and not a part of our identity. And this is part of why it doesn't feel meaningful or compelling or juicy. And this is part of why we tend to procrastinate on it. There's a lot more I could say about this, and I'll say in the future regarding dopamine and how to properly leverage our dopamine system for proper motivation. That's a bigger topic, something I'm learning a lot about right now. But here's the tweak. Here's the shift you want to make. Generally speaking, you'll notice the language that you're using when you're procrastinating, when you're in procrastination mode, is something like, I'm going to, or I will, blah, 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 right? I'm going to blank, blank, blank. I'm going to, whatever the thing is that you should be doing, right? I should, blah, blah, blah. I need to, blah, blah. I will, blah, 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 right? Now, what I found works for me really well, pay attention, this is really, can seem subtle, but it's really not, is to shift to, I am the person who does whatever the thing is, right? So let me give an example to really embody this. So really what we're doing here is we're shifting identity. Identity is super powerful, especially when you're able to leverage it flexibly, right? So we're shifting from I'm going to, like I am the person who will do these things I don't want to or need to or desire to do, to I am the person who does these things. So as an example, if I would like to learn how to become better at playing piano, let's say, right? Just as a random example. It's not true in my day-to-day life right now, but let's just say. And I know that I need to practice scales and chords and theory, right? But I just don't want to. It's not compelling. It's not exciting. The idea of playing piano beautifully, totally exciting to me on one level, but the practicality of sitting down and plunking out the mechanics of my fingers on the keys, not exciting at all, right? And if I kind of have a plan, I'm going to practice piano 10 minutes a day. I'm going to practice piano, yada, yada. And I say to myself, I'm going to practice piano. I'm probably not going to practice piano. If instead I make that shift to, I am already a piano player, right? And that's just, and that's it. First, I am a piano player. I may not be a good piano player. I may not be an educated piano player. I may not be where I could be as a piano player, but I am already a piano player. And then you sit down to practice, and then you take action with that feeling in your body of I am already the thing. You take action with that feeling in your body, and then you sit down and maybe you practice, and maybe it's still not the most exciting thing in the world, but it makes sense to be doing it because it's part of your identity, right? There are so many things in my life that when I look back and I look at the things I got really good at, that I was persistent with, that I was, consistently showing up, putting in the effort in, grinding away at, doing over and over and over, even if I failed, even if I sucked, over and over and over until I got the skill, until I became good, until I succeeded. The common denominator is that I kind of decided at an identity level I was that thing, even if I sucked at it, as I started the new skill. And then all the things where it's outside of my identity, where I'm like, oh, I'm going to do that thing, and then eventually that will lead me to be what I want to be, right? For example, YouTube videos, being an entrepreneur, building a business. If I think of myself as, oh, eventually, okay, I'm going to shoot YouTube videos and I'm going to, work with people and yada, yada. And eventually I will be a coach. Eventually I will have a business. Eventually I will be able to help people. Then that's not going to motivate me to do these things. If instead I make the shift to, I am a coach, I am a hypnotherapist, I do serve people, I coach people, I work with clients, and I make, I book the sessions, I schedule the sessions, I make the videos. Doesn't matter if I'm great at it or not yet, I've already made the shift internally that I am that thing, then it's so much easier to take the action, because the action is something that somebody who is one of these things do. A coach who's promoting themselves on YouTube will film YouTube videos, period. End of story. It's just part of what you do. A coach will book sessions with clients and coach them and work with them and help them, progress. That's what coaches do. So that shift in identity at an identity level, by just getting the feeling in your body. If I was already the person who did whatever the thing is that you're putting off doing, and that was a part of my identity, right? So let's say you wanted to, become a good stock trader, for example, but you don't find stocks particularly exciting, right? You're like, stock market, I don't want to learn about all that stuff, but I want the money, I want to be good at it. I want the fruits of it, but I don't want to spend the time. If you shift to, I'm a stock trader, even I may be a stock trader who doesn't know much. I'm a stock trader who needs to learn more about the skill. I'm a stock trader who needs to understand the fundamentals. All of a sudden that organizes what you need to do. And it becomes, in my experience, so much easier to do the thing. So I hope that makes sense. It's a subtle shift, semantically, but when you turn it into an attitude and a mindset and a body shift that you embody. So instead of, I'm going to go do that thing, right? I'm going to go do the dishes. It's, I am a person who maintains a clean space, right? And you feel that in your body. You feel what it feels like to be a person who's tidy and clean, and how good that feels. And then you go and you do the dishes with that feeling, identity, with that understanding that, of course, if that's who I am, this is what needs to be done. It's so much easier. Anyways, play with it, try it out. Maybe it won't work for you. Maybe it will. Give it a shot. See what happens. Let me know. Leave a comment down below if this makes sense, if this resonates for you. I'd appreciate it. And I've got more content on the way soon. I've been kind of busy building new stuff for an email list, new offers for you guys. I'm working on another course. I'm working on a larger course on how to use psychedelics for self-healing, to do self-directed therapy with psychedelics, or something like therapy, maybe not therapy per se, because you're not a licensed therapist, neither am I, but something that, gets you the same results, let's say, as therapy, using psychedelics So I'm creating a course around that, trying to boil all the complexity down into the most simple, understandable, doable, achievable set of information for you guys. So I've got tons of stuff going on the back end here. But anyways, if you like this kind of content, do a favor, leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know I'm on the right track, that I'm reaching you, that this is connecting and resonating with you. Anyways, big love to you all. I hope you're having a great day. I hope November's treating you well, and I'll see you guys in the near future with a new video. Take care.